Title: My brother ruined my wedding, and maybe my life. We were closer than blood. When people say we were like brothers, they usually mean they were close. But my brother Ryan and I didn't have to say that. We were brothers, real ones. And for the first 25 years of my life, he was the person I trusted more than anyone else in the world. We grew up in a small town where everyone knew everyone, and our parents ran a family hardware store. From as far back as I can remember, Ryan and I were inseparable, climbing trees, building forts, racing our bikes down the hill so fast that Mom would scream from the porch. We fought, sure, but 5 minutes later we'd be laughing again. When we got older, we started dreaming about working together. Ryan was creative, the kind of guy who could turn a pile of wood and fabric into something beautiful. I was better with business, planning, organizing, handling clients. We talked endlessly about starting a company together someday. Something to do with design, maybe event decor, something that mixed both our skills. People used to joke that we were like two wheels on the same bike. But bikes crash sometimes. That ended everything. It all went wrong 5 years ago. Our parents decided to retire and sell the hardware store. Ryan wanted to buy it and turn it into a workshop for his design projects. I, on the other hand, thought we should sell it and use the money to start the business we'd always dreamed about together. I thought it made sense. He thought I was betraying the family. The fight was ugly. He said I was selfish. I said he was short-sighted. He yelled that I always tried to be the smart one. I told him he'd never finish anything he started. And then he threw a hammer at the wall right next to my head. After that, we stopped talking. Completely. He moved out of town. I blocked his number. Our parents tried to mediate, but we were both too stubborn. Birthdays passed, holidays came and went. Even when Mom got sick for a while, we never stood in the same room. I told myself I didn't care, but the truth is, I missed him every day. A wedding and a fresh start. Years later, I met Emily. She was the kind of person who made everything calm, even my own chaos. After 2 years together, I proposed, and we started planning a small but beautiful wedding. Outdoor ceremony, soft lights, rustic flowers, something simple but elegant. Planning a wedding is stressful. Between the venue, catering, music, and family drama, it's a lot. So when we finally found an event decor company online that seemed perfect, I felt relieved. The company was called Aurora Design and Events. Their website was stunning, minimalist layout, incredible photos of previous weddings, glowing reviews. The style matched exactly what Emily wanted. The contact name was R. Evans. I didn't think twice about the R. We exchanged some emails, set a meeting with one of their coordinators, not the owner, and everything went smoothly. They were professional, detail-oriented, and even offered a discount for full package decoration and lighting. I remember telling Emily, finally, something that's going right. The morning, everything fell apart. The wedding day. Sunshine, blue skies, birds chirping. It was supposed to be perfect. When we arrived at the venue that morning, my stomach sank. The place looked empty. The tables were bare, no flowers, no chairs, no arch, no lights, nothing. At first, I thought maybe we were early, but then the venue manager came running toward us, panicked. "Are you with Aurora Events?" she asked. "Yes," I said. They never showed up. I froze. Emily's mom started calling everyone. The photographer stood awkwardly in the corner. Guests were due in 2 hours. I called the company over and over. No answer. I emailed, texted, nothing. Finally, about 30 minutes later, I got a message from an unknown number. It said, "You should have checked who you were hiring before trusting them. R." At first, I didn't understand. Then it hit me like a punch to the chest. R. Evans. Ryan Evans. My brother. The truth and the breakdown. I called him instantly, number disconnected. I called my mom, shaking, and asked if Ryan had a business called Aurora. She went silent for a long moment before whispering, "Oh God, yes, that's his company." I almost dropped the phone. It turns out Ryan had started his own event design company 2 years after our fight, and it had become successful. But apparently, when he found out that I was the client, he told his entire team to pack up and leave the project immediately. They had everything ready, flowers, furniture, lighting, but he canceled the delivery out of spite. I couldn't believe it. Emily was in tears. Her makeup was ruined. Her parents were furious. We tried to salvage what we could, rushed to a local florist, borrowed chairs from the venue's storage, used string lights from the restaurant next door. The ceremony still happened, but it was chaotic. People were hot, uncomfortable, confused. I couldn't even look at my wife properly during the vows because all I could think about was him. That night, after everyone left, I sat outside the venue and stared at the dark sky. It should have been the happiest day of my life. Instead, it felt like a funeral for everything I ever loved. My family, my brother, my trust. Aftermath. The silence that never ends. The next morning, my parents called me, crying. They begged me to forgive him. They said Ryan had acted out of pain, that he regretted it, that he'd been drinking that week and wasn't thinking clearly. But I couldn't listen. How do you forgive someone who deliberately destroyed your wedding? A few weeks later, I heard that Ryan had posted something on his company's Instagram, a story with a simple caption, "Some wounds never heal, no matter how many flowers you cover them with." He deleted it later, but I saw it. It's been almost a year now. I haven't spoken to him since. Emily still gets upset whenever the topic comes up. We had to pay double to fix everything, and half the photos from that day still make me feel sick. Sometimes I wonder if he ever thinks about the look on my face that day, or if he even cares. Sometimes I think about calling him just to yell, or maybe to cry, but I always stop myself. Because even after everything, I still miss my brother. And maybe that's the cruelest part of all.